Seth MacFarlane. My association with Chrysalis goes back a few years. I attended the first year. I emceed last year, and this year I'm lucky enough to be an honoree.
And he's dry. He's dry. Last year we were running around trying to find dry clothes for Seth MacFarlane.
Yes.
After his pool antics.
No pool antics for me this year.
So this is a great organization, and you're being honored this year for being so supportive. And I guess I want to know, there's a million charities out there, a million things you can support, put your name towards your money and whatever it is. Why Chrysalis?
Well, luckily, I happen to work for 20th Century Fox, and Dana Walden is on your board. so that focuses some of the some of the attention.
Whittles away a few.
Drowns out some of your competitors. But yeah, it's an essential organization. It's a very necessary organization, and it's in a lot of ways what's astonishing and really a credit to the organization is that it's such a simple no-brainer of an idea that most of the country does not have the brain to conceive.
It really is incredible.
It's
there's
a
nationwide,
very straightforward, sensible idea that is, very much needed throughout the country, and I don't know how many cities have a Chrysalis, or a version of Chrysalis, but it seems like not enough.
I don't think there are many, and I think one of the reasons that Chrysalis is probably so important here in Los Angeles is because we are, it's a terrible title to have, but we are the capital of homelessness for the United States.
Yeah.
There's 77,000 homeless. So what is Chrysalis specifically doing that is just sort of working to eradicate some of the conditions of poverty?
If you put yourself in the place of someone who is homeless, you're not necessarily thinking in terms of bureaucracy. You're not thinking in terms of, all right, how can I go about, let me make a plan as far as how can let me make a plan to restructure my life. You're not thinking like that.
They'll come naturally.
You're thinking about survival.
Yeah.
And you just need the simplicity of a door to walk through where, with people on the other side who are going to say, okay, we're going to, here is what you need, and we're going to help you out and get you started, and just give them that initial boost, because obviously that first step is the hardest.
Yeah, it really is amazing. As you pass through Skid Row, you see so much despair, so many people down and out, and then you walk through the doors of Chrysalis. Walk me through your first experience at Chrysalis. I know that that had to have been an impactful experience.
It was amazing to see the work that all these people do.
Yeah.
And really how cocky they were about it. Hey, we're just as great as they say we are. We are Chrysalis, and we will fucking destroy you. Which is a little out of line, but once I kind of waded through that and
right,
got
the egos,
the nuts and bolts behind the self-aggrandization, I really was astonished at how efficiently and how logically the organization was run. I was only there for a brief period of time, but it seemed like with a relatively limited amount of resources, and one of the reasons that this thing exists obviously is to generate as much of that as possible, but the relatively limited amount of resources, they seem to have accomplished so much and really hit the real bullet points of what is needed for a person to kind of get back on their feet.
Yeah, it certainly seems to be the sweet spot. And having you here, I'm not going to segue and use the word sweet spot because that's just going to sound weird. So it's good to see you, dude.
You too, man.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for
bet.
coming back again.
No,
We appreciate it.
Anytime.